Blessed risings, good afternoon or good evening, depending on where in the world you are tapping in from. You got to keep in mind that KPP Podcast is a global show. And today, on this episode of the Kuna Matata Hour, we will be discussing Sympathy Economy 101, who gets the tears and who doesn't. Also, was the train stabbing a psyops? Are they running those? We'll be discussing that and more after these brief messages.
Von Savage Media. Von Savage Media.
Welcome back. Let's just get right into it. It's a psyop, just like 2020. This gentleman says, remember, even a broken clock is right twice a day. Carry on.
So it looks like I gotta be an asshole today because I'm tired of this political race baiting bullshit psyop and everybody's drinking the Kool-Aid. And if you are easily offended, don't give a shit. Let's get into it. So now there's brand new footage of the Ukrainian refugee getting stabbed to death by this piece of shit right here. First of all, this isn't a race thing, it's a system thing. Now mind you, this happened weeks ago, but now they're slowly drip feeding new information and new footage just to piss people off. And all this is a repeat of 2020 where this racial psyop, just like George Floyd and BLM was a psyop, because guess what? Black men die every day, white women die every day. I mean, has nobody heard of this demon right here, George Soros, like, at all? And this is the picture that they're gonna show you time and time again. Yes, this was tragic. May God rest her soul. But you know what happened the same day? This piece of shit right here, who was an illegal immigrant, killed 19-year-old Dakara Thompson. Crickets, BLM, where you at? Okay, let's check this document right here. Let's see, BLM. Oh, you guys aren't scheduled for the race war that's trying to start. Got it. Then you have political bozo scammers playing on people's emotions like Benny Johnson saying, hey, do you know that 1 in every 22 black men in America will commit murder in their lifetime? Yeah, that's actually false because by that logic, every team in the NBA and the NFL would have a serial killer on the roster. Then he says black men make only 6% of the population but commit 51% of the murders. False. And even if those numbers were remotely true, he left out the part to where over 50% of those crimes committed by black men are actually exonerated. Then we have to talk about the judges who let De Carlos constantly walk free. Well, here's a fun fact. They aren't even lawyers. Question, how does one become a judge without being a lawyer? Oh, that's because it's not required in North Carolina, South Carolina, West Virginia, Texas, just to name a few. That's like going to 24-hour fitness to the basketball court and be like, oh, that guy scores pretty good. Hey, you want to play in the NBA? Like I said, it's a system thing. And the icing on this psyop cake, for one, she was killed 2 days before Ukraine's Independence Day. Coincidence? And two, they're saying the system has failed us in this case, after the FBI said. Then the Ukrainian embassy reaches out to her parents saying, hey, we want to fly her body back for a burial. They say, no, we want to bury her in America. What sense does that make? They're really tugging on the strings of the American people with this one. So it seems like they want a race war. I'm not buying it because they're not getting it. But anyways, let me know what you guys think below.
What do you guys think of that? I know what I think of it, but let me know what you think of what he had to say. I just think in one corner you have the Ukrainian refugee. I don't know if you've been under a rock, but it's 23-year-old Irina, Iryna Zarutska, Zarutska, was stabbed to death on a Charlotte light rail train. And now it's prompting fake national outrage, candlelight vigils, and cries for the death penalty. You got that, right? Cries for the death penalty. Remember that. Now, that's in one corner. Remember I said that, in one corner. Now we have another corner. 3 FBA girls, I believe, notably Nia Wilson, 18, killed in public on a BART platform in Oakland. Remembered briefly, mourned quickly, then dropped from the headlines. See, that's a real true double standard. That is what we are dealing with here in America. That is why we say cut the check. See, you're still talking about the past. We want that check too, but don't pretend like it's not current atrocities happening currently. So after the Ukrainian girl was killed on August 22nd, this year, 2025, President Trump poured gasoline all over it, like how he does, demanding a swift trial and capital punishment for the suspect. But no one's said about capital punishment for the scumbucket that killed Nia Wilson. State and federal prosecutors quickly moved to charge the tether with a capital crime. The nation has erupted, right? Everybody feels for this girl's family, but that same sympathy economy ran silent when Nia Wilson was stabbed by John Lee Cowell. When that happened? In 2018. Don't act like that was many moons ago. What are you talking about? He was convicted. He got a life sentence, and it drew maybe a single day spike and then nothing. And it's over. And let's be absolutely clear. Let's be absolutely clear. This isn't about discrediting a victim. Not at all. But this is about exposing who gets humanized in America. Shouldn't someone who is foundationally of said America be more humanized if we're going to go that route? Right? If we're going to pick a human over a human in one's own country, wouldn't it be the human of said country? I'm just saying. You got Tethers suffer, you got immigrants suffer, you got other non-FBA people that suffer, right? Right? Is that what we're saying, that they all suffer? But it seems like when we have some suffering, everyone is all of a sudden anti-FBA. You got anti-FBA raccoons that are supposed to be FBA, but they're not, and they join the choir screaming and hollering, but never for their own selves. Never when our youth die, right? We're politely told to move on. Hold on. And most of the time, disrespectfully so. All while trying to be nice, nasty. You know how the Democrats do it. See, the political machine wastes no time singing condolences and other statements for non-FBA victims. But let it be that victim was FBA, one of ours, and suddenly it's an afterthought. See, we have to start playing the Uno reverse card on their so-called race card. See, society has come up, it's reverse racism. You just playing the race card. You got to hit them with the Uno reverse. We're not going to let y'all do that no more. We're done with that. because this is obvious. Everyone can see the news flash: capital punishment for one tragedy, silence for another. That's anti-blackness in TV reruns, right? So the next time you hear pulling the race card, just remember you're not playing it. You're exposing how the deck is stacked against you. And I'm not going to hold you. I'm just going to mold you, fold you, and scold you about being off code. Going to leave you with 4 words that we always do around this time. Subscribe for the vibe, like for the spike, comment your vitamin, and share if you care, if you dare, to get Black empowerment everywhere. We on all of the platforms: Apple, Spotify, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, Facebook. Come and take a look. You might get hooked, but don't get shook by the fake Keep It P podcasts that are out there. Love, peace, blessings, and Maloha. I gotta go high for show high. You already know how. Big brother, light bright, supremo, my T. Signing off.
Von Savage Media. Von Savage Media.